All right, BookShark Bootcamp. Thank you for being here. I apologize for being a few minutes late. I actually was streaming and I don't think it was working. So I am starting again. It looks like we are all good now. This is session 2 for Bootcamp 2025. We're going to talk about how to set up your binder. And I'm super excited. Our production team has created a way for you to see kind of the top down and a video that will show you exactly what it looks like to put a binder together. I'm unable to give you a really good view of what that would look like. So I'm going to play the video and then we are going to talk about more about your BookShark binder. So here. Now that your BookShark boxes have arrived, let me show you how to put your instructor's guides in a binder. For this example, I'll be using Level D, History, Language Arts, and Science. The binder is extra wide and could hold a fourth guide, and includes a pocket for timeline figures and extra notes. Each instructor's guide is divided into 4 sections. Section 1, Table of Contents and Introductory Materials. Section 2, the 36-week schedule with notes, activity sheets, and answer keys. Section 3, resources like the book list, scope and sequence, teaching recommendations, and materials for deeper understanding. Section 4, tips to get the most out of your program as well as your proof of purchase. You may do your subjects in any order you want. I'll start with history, then language arts, then science. Place all Section 1 materials in the front of the binder. Then place each week from Section 2 behind its tab, starting with week 1, history, language arts, and science. Repeat until all 36 weeks are behind their tabs. After that, place Section 3 and 4 resources behind their tabs. Section 4 is the same for all BookShark guides except for the proof of purchase on the back page. Your binder is ready. You can easily find each week's assignments and resources. If you have any questions, email main@bookshark.com. BookShark's advisors are here to help. All right. I hope that that was super helpful for you guys to see exactly what it looks like to put together your binder. So the BookShark binder is what this big behemoth binder is. I want to just show you guys, see the 36 weeks of tabs, super helpful. Um, if you chose to purchase your curriculum without the resources, you would not have received this binder. Sometimes, depending on if you're with a school, I know when I first started using BookShark, the binder was not an option. You can purchase that from us directly if you would like. Otherwise, don't feel like you're left out. You certainly can get any binder, I would say 3-inch, maybe 5-inch in order to create it. And you can also just use regular tabs. You do not have to have the numbered tabs. It's nice, it's easy, it's fun, but it's not necessary if you don't want. So just wanted to let you know that it is possible to do it without the big binder. So exactly what is in your instructor's guides. So I'm going to pull out, I have my daughter's a level I. One of the biggest things that I want you guys to really pay attention to is this schedule. It is going to look the same for each of your subjects. Obviously, it won't say science, it'll say history, or it'll say language arts, but it is week 1 through 36, day 1 through 4. We leave you guys this 5th day. So if you have a co-op or activities you want to put down, leave it blank so you guys can mark it up. We also give you all of this space in order to put electives and activities and notes. Really want to encourage you to use this space. This space is to help remind you of your progress. As you're on your journey with BookShark, sometimes when you're homeschooling, it's really easy to get discouraged when you've been working on something and it's taken weeks to get a particular idea to sink in or a concept. And so I want to encourage you guys, put those notes in. When you have a glimmer, a great day, something that really clicked for your kids, those notes are important because when you are having a hard day, you can go back and look and say, okay, we've gotten through this other concept. We're going to get through this one. It's an encouragement to you. It's also great that if you do have to report in your state or to a teacher, that you have notes so that when you are asked a question, you're not like, oh, what did we do? And things like that. So Your future self will thank you if you take your notes now and do your due diligence to write those things in. So you have plenty of room on the guides. Like in the demonstration, weeks 1 through 36, you're going to put, I like to do history, language arts, and then science. Your activity sheets are inside those instructor's guides that you unwrapped to put together for your guide. You can do this one of two ways. You can pull out all of the 36 weeks of activity sheets and put them in a student binder. Okay. I will say that depending on your student, these can tear really simply. So, they do have the little reinforcements you can put on them. I used Scotch tape when my kids tore them. So, your option is to take them all out in the beginning and create a student binder. The other option is to leave them in and take them out week by week as you go through, give them to your student, and then put them back in so that nothing gets lost. Again, if you need evidence of learning, you will have it by having that available in your binder, not lost, not ripped out, the holes not broken. So that is definitely up to you. But I want to also go back to the first section. The first section is really helpful. It's the same in each of the binders. It's the new user guide. It explains how the binder is set up, what your instructor's guide is, and how it will be helpful to you. Once you read it in one of your subjects, in one of your levels, you don't need to reread it again. It's the same in all of the guides, but it just is a way to give you a good understanding of what you're going to be using as you go through your year with BookShark. So you've got your kind of how-to first-time user. Your section 2 is going to be those weeks 1 through 36. So you can put them behind the weeks if you have the file binder. If you're making your own binder, it is convenient to put them and break them up into weeks just so that you're halfway through the year and you're not searching for what you're working on. And those activity sheets, again, can be left in and taken out week by week or taken out all at the beginning and put into a student binder. Totally your preference. All right. Math. Let's talk about math. So if you chose to do an all subject package with BookShark, we do not provide you with a schedule that is with our brand on it because you were able to choose from several different math programs. Each math program has their own schedule. If you are looking for that, please reach out to customer service. If you can't find it, we should have them available. I know for at least Math UC. And then we can kind of talk through how you would schedule your math if we don't have the ones created for the math that you have in particular. So I talked about the resource page in section 3. We talked about in the first section your book list and how that's going to help you set up your year and what books are available on audio or in a movie form. It's great to just have a look at those books so that yes, I do have them all. And we're going to be using that next week when we talk about organizing all of those books that came with BookShark. So section 3 is going to be really important next week. Then section 4 is a more detailed new user guide. So section 1 is like a quick start. Section 4 is definitely detailed. It is going to tell you some great ideas and how to be successful with BookShark. It's going to talk about our maps. It's going to give you guys blank templates for field trips if you take them. It's a great way to just fill them out. So things that you don't forget. I don't know about you, but as a busy working mom, I forget details all the time. Now I'll take a picture. I'm really good at picture taking, and I hope you guys will be this year too. But details sometimes slip my mind, especially as I get older. So those forums for field trip ideas, the template for the field trips are a great way for you to pull out. You can make copies of them. You can just make notes as you go so that, again, if you do want to remember specifics, you have the notes, you've already written them down, your future self is going to thank you. So use those sections that we have and for the templates, use the areas that we have on the schedule so that you can take notes and keep things in the forefront of your mind, remembering things, those glimmers, those exciting things, those maybe some challenges that you ran into. And then when you accomplish the things, you can go back and look. I think it's really important. So I'm going to say it again and again at the forefront of our journey and remind you as we're going on. Now, as you're reading through sections 1, 3, and 4, some things might not make any sense because you've never used BookShark before and kind of just don't know what you don't know. So, pro tip, take a sticky note, put it in section 4, have it stick out, and I will encourage you in a couple of weeks after you have started your school year to go back and read that because it's might make a lot more sense when you have some reference to the words that we use, the vocabulary, the methodology of BookShark. It might be a little bit more comprehensive once you've actually got into there and gotten your feet wet using your first couple of weeks. So that's what I'm going to say about that. Now, working binders. I'm going to use the same example. I know I said this was a student binder, can be both, just a smaller binder. I really like to stick the front of my instructor's guide in the view, the clear, so that you can see which exactly what year, what level you're working through. You can put one on the back, one on the front, depending on how many subjects you have. But your working binder is going to be taking out just a couple of weeks at a time, because let me tell you, this is kind of hard to lug around. If you're a road schooler, if you're a traveler, if you like to do school outside of the home, a smaller binder is going to be a lot more feasible to lug around. And for me, it's more digestible. When I look at the big binder, I get a little overwhelmed. When I look at my small binder and just have a couple weeks pulled out and put into it, makes it a little bit more enjoyable for me. I don't get quite as overwhelmed. So I will encourage you to do the same. It's a lot easier to work through a working binder. If you want to do 2, 3, 4 weeks, and then you just set a time and you switch out to the next ones when you're done, it's a great way to remind yourself to kind of get familiar with what's coming up and kind of switch out what you've already done, but also just so that for ease to come and go and not have to carry it all around your house or put it in a book bag for taking it with you on a trip. Okay. All right. Ugh, a lot of information. I know. I hope that you guys are in getting excited about what is coming with BookShark, getting excited about setting your binder up and what your year is going to look like. We still have 6 more sessions. We're going to set up you're going to organize your books. We're going to talk about what your day or what your schedules could look like. We're going to even schedule out the coming year for you. So take it one step at a time. Again, if you want to get it all done and get started and you don't want to be on our time schedule, totally fine. You have the option to watch the BookShark Bootcamp Accelerated in under 30 minutes. That was linked in session 1. So your homework, put together your binder, and please send me a pic. If you don't like to be in pictures, this will do. You can hide your face. You can just send me a picture, maybe just the cover of the level that you're doing, so we can kind of know who's in what level, and just get excited with you and see the accomplishment, because putting together a binder, it kind of makes it a little bit more real. So you unpacked your box, putting together that binder, you're getting one step closer to starting your school year, and we want to get excited with you. So post a picture in the homework thread of your binder put together. And to get ready for next week, you're going to need some colored Sharpies, some address labels, and pens to organize your books. Okay. I don't want to jump ahead. I geek out over organization, so I hope you do too. We'll go through and I'll demonstrate exactly how to organize your books by subject and by week that they're used. So that's an exciting session. It's almost Shark Week. We are in the beginning of July. Shark Week is coming up. Wanted to let you know that BookShark does have a free unit study about sharks. You can access it at bookshark.com/freebies. And always, if you have questions, you want to talk to an advisor, customer service, give us a call, or you can email us main@bookshark.com. All right, you guys, that's all I have for today. I hope that you enjoyed this session, and I will see you guys on Monday for our live Q&A. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.